Hello people, this is Chris from Mixdown Online. Thank you for watching, and if you're not a subscriber yet to this channel, feel free to do so. So now this video is the second part of parallel compression on drums. In the first video, we covered how to do parallel compression on the drum bus. In this video, I'm going to show you how to parallel compress using the individual tracks of the drums. So this way we're going to have a bit more control on what we're going to send to that New York compression channel. So first, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my the same channel we had in the first video. I'm just going to mute it, and I'm just going to duplicate that channel, and I'm just going to name it New York Compression 2, and we're going to use this channel bus for this video. So first, I am going to send all of my individual tracks to this channel. So first, the kick drum. So I have several kick drum tracks, all routed to that kick drum bus. I'm going to send that kick drum bus to the New York Compression 2 channel, and I'm just going to activate that, put that pre-fader, bring this down a bit, and I'm going to do the same with the snare drum. So same here, we have several snares all routed into that channel. So I am going to send that channel to the same channel there, and I'm just going to, and there you go. And I'm going to do the same with my everything else, the hi-hat. Actually, I'm just going to leave the hi-hat down, and I'm going to bring, and I'm going to do the same with the tom. And for now, I'm going to send the same amount of signal for the toms and kick and snare to that channel. And now for my overheads, I'm going to do the same here. But for now, we're just going to bring this down. And same for the room mics. Well, okay, so we're going to leave them down for now. Now let's go and have a listen to what we have up to now. Okay, so now we have the toms, the kick, the snare going into that parallel compression channel. So this is the beauty of using individual tracks to send to that New York compression channel, because we have a bit more control on how much we want to send to that channel. So let's listen and play with the kick and snare, for example. So now I have a bit more kick going into that channel. I'm just going to bring it down and do the same with the snare. So there you go. So we have a lot more snare. I'm just going to bring it down again. In my opinion, it's a bit too much. But just to show you that you can do whatever you want here. So if there's too much kick drum going into that channel, but you like the effects that it does to the snare, just bring your send level down out of the kick drum. And there you go, you have the perfect balance. So it's the same with the overheads. Now we have everything going into that channel, but we don't have any overheads or room mics going into the channel. You know, this is something we have to be careful when we parallel compress the entire drum bus like we did in the first video. Depending on how the drums are recorded and the way they're mixed, you can have a problem with having too much cymbals and too much of a room sound going on when you parallel compress the entire drum bus. Sometimes, you know, that's the sound you're looking for, so you know, in this case, that's perfect. You do it this way. But if you think it's a bit too roomy in general, you can just use that parallel compression on individual tracks instead of using the drum bus. So let's compare both. So right now, what we're gonna do, we're just gonna compare our old New York compression channel that we had in the first video compared to this one right now without any cymbals and room mics. Let's do that again. So it's pretty easy to hear the difference. Okay, so in the first New York compression channel, there's a lot of cymbals going on, so you can actually hear the compression effect going on, you know. So if you don't like that kind of pumping effect, use the individual track way of doing parallel compression. So now on our second channel, there's way more punch, but you know, I think we're missing a bit of that roomy and live sound. So let's go on our overhead channel and add a bit of compression here. So I'm just going to send a bit of signal to that channel, not as much as I did with the snare and the kick, but still. All right, so let's listen right now to what we have. So cool, so I like this balance. So now let's compare this balance with the first parallel compression channel that we had in the first video. I kind of like better the parallel compression with less cymbals and room mics going into that channel. I think it adds a bit more punch to the drums in general, to the kick and snare especially, and you don't hear that pumping effect going on in the cymbals. But again, you know, it depends on the mix, depends on the song. You know, whatever sounds good, do it. So now you can experiment with both ways and just see what works for you. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, just don't forget to share it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. And if you have any questions on this topic or other topics, leave them below or go directly on my website at mixdown.online and just leave me an email with your questions, comments, or suggestions for future videos. So with that said, see you guys later.